Hello and welcome to the channel. So nice to have you here with me today as we look into what the current theme of your life is and what you need to know about it. So we have three groups here, all represented by cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So, not going to spend too much time talking. I will say that this reading has been a joy of mine. I really enjoyed the messages that came through. Very insightful, very encouraging, and very loving. So, hopefully, you find the same opinion about them, letting me know in the comments and leaving a like if you do enjoy, and subscribing. So let's look into the options now for group one. Also, before I show them, I just love how all of them, it's like giving a sentence, like time to go to the sea, buy the book. I love it. But group one, we have card number 45, time to go. Group two, we have card number 7, to the sea. And last and never least, card number 11, by the book, group 3. So these are the options. You can be drawn to more than one and do whatever is feeling the most right to you. The timestamps are in the description box. Take as much time as you need to choose. If you need extra time, pause the video to look at the options. You can go back and look at them up close again, but the timestamps again are in the description box. I will say as well, if you do enjoy, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments as well, and would love to interact with you guys. So, you know, that's the way to do so. But I'll give you more time to look at the options, and I will see you in your groups. Peace for now. Hello, group one. So thankful to have you here with me today as we look into the current theme of your life. So we have these oracle cards here to have a peek into what that is, and then we're going to get more specific with the tarot. So let's get started. For you, group one, we have card number 3, Between Worlds. Fulfillment. Card number 13, Financial Constraints, in the reverse position. Card number 49, Angel of Love. Full Moon in Leo, Don't let your pride get in your way. South Node, Don't let your past hold you back. And Full Moon in Virgo, You are good enough. And with that card, I just want to add that you always have been and always will be. So group one, this really feels like a transitory time, a lot of transition, a lot of change, and a stage of your life that's requiring a level of maturity, and I feel a level of tension with your group here. I don't know if you've already been experiencing these changes or if these changes are on the forecast, if they're on the horizon for you, but I do feel that you're moving out of a period of confusion, maybe a little bit of chaos, insecurity, uncertainty, and just an overall sense of unknown. Not going to say that you're going to completely understand what's going to be going on, but I do feel things are going to be clearing up, things are going to be opening up. I feel what you're moving through and out of is more into a time of expansion, of really seeing how a lot of what you've gone through has given you the tools and the wisdom and the confidence to take on these new opportunities and these new adventures, I feel, that are on their way to you. I do feel for you that if these changes have not already begun, even though I do feel they're on the way, it could be happening right now, okay? I do feel that this time is asking for you to analyze how you talk to yourself, and if you have been being too critical of your actions, if you have been too scared to make a move, if you have overly processed a lot of the decisions that you make. Also feel to tell you that if you haven't been taking care of your needs or checking in with your needs or really fully understanding what your needs are, now is an opportune time to get in touch with what those are for you. What are your needs? What are your wants? How do you best feel nurtured and secure? And not by other people, but within yourself. What can you do to make sure that your needs are met? And have you been doing that, and are you doing that? Really getting in tune with what fulfillment looks like to you, what that means for you, so that you can continue to take steps towards it and move away from any behaviors, thought patterns, or situations that hinder you from getting to that point of feeling like you are fulfilled. Or do you feel like there's constantly a lack somewhere in your life? Do you feel like you're lacking something? I do feel that with this financial constraints in the reverse position, maybe a fear of losing in general. With this don't let pride get in your way, I do feel that there's like an overprotection of yourself and your possessions, whether that be your material possessions, and some people even consider people their possessions, which I don't subscribe to that idea. I'm just putting it out there that people have different viewpoints and I must express those. So I do feel that with this don't let pride get in your way is being more open and expressive about how you feel without being too defensive or without being too I want to say aggressive, or learning how to temper that side of you that's more reactive, and taking more time to see how you can approach the situation, not from a place of insecurity, but from a place of feeling courageous enough to speak your mind, but also being respectful to the parties involved. And also maybe with finances in general, setting a budget in place so that you can feel more secure on your path in general, and not feeling too I feel like an apprehension to ask for help with group one. Like you are more like, I got it, I can handle it on my own, I don't need anyone. Maybe you're not like that exactly, but I do feel like you want to take care of yourself, and maybe sometimes you're very open to helping other people or extending yourself to other people very easily, but when it comes to you, you're like a lock, like a wall. People look at you and they're like, oh, they're fine, when you may not be, and you're not gonna, it's like maybe in the past you haven't been open about your emotions or how you've been doing, and this time is about breaking away from any of those patterns that keep you from really being able to feel safe to be expressive and open. Taking a look at how some past approaches to things, or how past situations have shaped you today, and if that shape is truly authentic to you, or if that mentality, those behaviors, those actions that you partake in, if they're truly still authentic to you, and if they're not, how can you discard them, and how can you adopt new ways of approaching situations and opportunities that maybe isn't as skeptical or as pessimistic as or is jaded. I feel like there's a level of being jaded, group one, from your past, but I feel that is your past, and what's in front of you. I know, although you cannot see it, there is so much more for you. And I feel as if your past was preparing you to have the wisdom needed to sort through the BS. Like, get that out of here. It's like you can spot it from a mile away now, but don't carry the resentment and the pain that provided you with that wisdom with you into this new journey or into this new part of your life. Right now is asking for you to drop the load. Okay, let go of the emotional baggage. Let go of any baggage that you carry with you that's been too heavy and that's been keeping you from forming deep and meaningful connections, or even being able to express your needs and your wants to those that you're trying to build connections with, because maybe you're fearful of losing something, or fearful that if you don't take advantage of the opportunity, you'll miss out, or you won't be able to acquire what it is that you're wanting. No longer settling. I feel like you don't have to do that. And you're building up the self-confidence to truly see how much more you deserve. And I do feel that you're getting a lot more attention. A lot more people are wanting to interact with you. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities to give and receive love. And it's about how worthy you feel to receive, to accept these offers, to be open with yourself, and allow other people to see you for you, and not being scared to really shine your light, because it's been dim for so long, or it hasn't been dim, it's just been, maybe it's been dimmed by others, or you've been dimming your light in some way. Yeah, this is a new time for you. Really stepping outside of a mold that you've been in, an outdated mold, might I add. I feel like the ways that were your past are not going to work anymore. This is all about stepping up, maturing, and really coming into yourself. I feel with you, group one. With this financial constraints as well, I do feel there could be a boost in your finances, or a boost in financial literacy, or you gaining more insight about how you can improve your finances. Maybe you are paying off certain loans, or paying off certain debts that you may have, or you're getting help with something. And I do feel that there could be opportunities to get help, but don't allow your sense of no one's going to help me, I have it all on my own. Don't let that keep you from receiving the help that is out there. And being open to receiving help from maybe unexpected ways. I just feel a need to be open, to expand and explore, and not be so restrictive with your viewpoint of the world or with yourself, and to see things more objectively, and don't get too caught up in your own your own subjective viewpoint, and to see that there's a bigger plan, and a lot of things are going to start making sense as you progress forward into this new chapter. I don't know why I keep saying new chapter when I know it's the theme of your life, but I do feel that a transition is happening where you're feeling a lot more uplifted, a lot more light, a lot more optimistic, and understanding of the ebbs and the flow of life, and focusing more on how you can gain fulfillment and delight in the now. What things can you do to bring that bit of happiness to your day, whether that's going outside and looking at the trees and enjoying the nature, or watching your favorite movie, snuggling up in the bed with a nice cozy blanket, having your favorite cup of tea, or taking a bath with bubbles and a candle light, reading your book. It could be anything. Looking at the routines that you have in place and switching things up. Not continually doing the same things over and over again, but maybe joining new communities, or putting yourself out there, I feel, with this angel of love, and feeling worthy enough to be seen like, be seen. Group 1, you deserve to be seen. And I feel like you won't be able to hide in this. It's like you're coming out of the shadows is the theme. You're leaving behind so much of what's been dragging you down, and it's like you're finally surfacing. People are like, whoa, boom, there they are. You know. I also want to say, don't, in this time of expansion, do not get too I feel like confidence is amazing, but arrogance is going to hinder the amount of success that you can have. So to be sure that you are not basing your confidence on something outside of you, or basing your confidence on how much you have, or how much you're receiving, but just really having that sense of worthiness, and also staying grounded and down to earth is what I feel. So we're gonna jump into this tarot after I take a quick sip of this tea. And we're gonna get a little bit more about what this theme is for you. Excuse me, you guys, sorry. So this may be a little loud, sorry about that. But let's see. Please, Spirit, for group 1, the theme of their life. Currently, please. The theme of their life. I do feel with the 7 of Cups reversed, coming back to your senses, gaining a better understanding of who you are, what you want, and standing up for what you believe in while still being compassionate. And it's like a mix of being assertive and compassionate at the same time, not allowing other people's viewpoints sway you, or being or being too focused on the external realities. I see a coming back to self and clearing out a lot of the old confusion that maybe held you back, or maybe kept you from making certain moves in your past. Can we get more, please? So we have the Fool reversed as well, and I do feel, it's like there is maybe an apprehension to change certain things. We do have some fixed energy with this Leo and Scorpio, and Uranus, if we look at modern rulerships, is ruled by Aquarius, which is a fixed sign. And I do feel that there is maybe some emotions or thoughts that you're sifting through, or maybe past occurrences, or just an internal conflict that keeps you from wanting to be more open and free, or that keeps you from accepting that certain things do need to change, whether that be your perception of things or how you go about expressing yourself. Maybe there's been a limitation in your expression. With this Page of Cups reverse, some repressed parts of yourself are trying to break free, and it's like a clean slate is trying to emerge, but there's still some things that may be holding you back from truly stepping into this new version of yourself. And it could stem from past occurrences, or just with the 7 of Cups, it could be opinions from other people, or just maybe some internal dialogue that is not helpful, or some blockages in your emotional sphere. Maybe you're not allowing certain emotions to come up, but I feel like this time is helping you to be more open with yourself about your ability to allow all emotions to surface, not just one or the other, but all of them deserve the space, your time. You deserve to feel how you feel, and no longer repressing that. Let me just keep getting the cards. This energy is really interesting, I will say. I feel like I'm in the fog. With this Tower here, I feel I mean, that's all I can think of as change. And earlier today, I was having this thought that the tower is ruled by Mars, but I also associate it with Uranus because it's all about dramatic change. And I feel like Uranus does that. And I feel that maybe you are trying to prevent certain changes from happening, but no way that's going to happen, okay, with this tower here. I feel like anything that's unstable or it's no longer working, no matter how hard you try to keep it together, it is going away. Things are gonna fall apart, okay? And I'm not gonna say like your whole life is gonna fall apart, but maybe if you are used to acting a certain way, like people pleasing, that's no longer gonna work. You're gonna get to a point where it's like, oh my God, I am not even enjoying this. This is not even me. I can't do this anymore. It's like you want to break free from that behavior, and this is a perfect time to do so and no longer repressing that need for freedom. And there could be some level of frustration with this change or with how things are going because I don't see that they're going to plan. And that's for the best. I feel like things are not going to go to plan, but it's going to go the best way it should, okay? And it may not look like that in the beginning or as it's happening, but you'll see as time progresses that this is all helping you to get to that point where you're really gonna see, wow, that needed to happen so that I can get to this point. Because I do feel with this tower card, it's like things have been going on for too long without change, and it's like there needs to be an intervention so it's happening. And certain people might have to leave your life, or certain things might have to leave your life. You might have to leave a certain predicament or situation that you're in order to really expand your horizons, and to not get so caught up in a certain I want to say fantasy or mentality. And I don't really feel like it's a fantasy. I feel like maybe your perception can tend towards negativity, and it's blocking you from seeing like change doesn't have to be negative. Change can be positive, and I do feel that positive change is on the horizon, and maybe you're not expecting the positivity that's coming, but let's keep going a bit more. Yes, see, there we go. It's helping you to have that confidence, and it's like you're going to be shining with this Queen of Wands. I do feel it's helping you to step into your power, to have the courage and the confidence to go after the things that you want, to accept the things that are coming to you, and to really take advantage of the opportunities that are being presented, or going after opportunities that you've been maybe too fearful of in the past. I do feel you're getting this surge of confidence with these changes, and we do see with this card, it just makes me think that you're moving away from certain levels of insecurity and being able to be more assertive and really taking yourself seriously, putting yourself first, and not focusing on the naysayers, okay? Not focusing on the people who maybe have disappointed you in the past, or certain communication styles, or just relationships, because I do feel it's a major focus on relationships for you, Group 1. There could be a pattern of you being disappointed by relationships, or you continually being disillusioned by how things play out. But I do feel that as you learn to assert yourself, assert your boundaries, assert your needs and your wants, you move into a time, as you are right now, you're moving into a time of drastic change in how you relate to others, how you relate to yourself, and how you're more able to connect with other people in a more meaningful and genuine way, where you're not overly sacrificing yourself or overly giving, or feeling like people are only using you for what you can do for them, rather than just wanting to be around you because you're just this ray of sunshine and light and bliss that people want to be around. Maybe I'm doing too much with these adjectives, but I do just feel like you're gaining a lot of attention, and it's warranted. Like, you deserve it. And maybe in the past, if this were to happen in your past, you wouldn't feel good enough to accept it. And it may, in your mind, you may be like, oh my God, yes, I would, but I don't know, who am I to say? Okay, who am I to say? This energy is making me really, I feel like I'm picking up on this energy of fogginess. Maybe there's a lot going on, maybe too much going on, and it just feels out of control. I feel like my mind, yeah, I feel like surrendering. That's all you can do at this time. Let it go. Don't try to overly force your hand on any situation. Do what you can and let the rest be, okay? Because things are indeed out of control, and I can tell you that, okay? Especially with this Tower card, um, it just feels really scattered. Like things are up in the air, uh, and it's good because it's helping you to shed away all that isn't for you. It's like gone with the wind, okay? And what stays is meant to stay. And I feel like you're being led to what is more authentic and true for you. And towards relationships and people that help you to feel more honored and seen and recognized. But this requires you to be more open, okay? And to see how maybe you sabotage yourself by maybe being too prideful or self-righteous or feeling like they need to earn my trust. It's like you're looking at people as if they're guilty before proven innocent. I can't even say it right. Like, oh, guilty until proven innocent. That's what I feel. You look, it's like a real skeptical energy, and I just feel like a lot of these perceptions are being broken down so that you can really see, like, maybe I need to approach things differently. It's like if you want a different outcome, you gotta switch things up. So that's what I feel, group. Hopefully you can see this. Group 1. All I can say for sure is that things are changing, and to predict the unpredictable is a paradox in itself. But all I can tell you is that be prepared for changes, okay? And do not resist it, because I do feel it will be easy to try to resist it, and you just can't. Okay? The harder the more you try to resist, the harder it is going to be. So just let it go. Just let it be. Okay? Why don't you be you and I'll be me? Okay, so we're going to get some of these cards so that I can see a little bit more about what this theme is for you. So let's see, group 1, because this energy is making my head spin. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Can we get more, please, for group 1? Spirit, please. Group 1. Despondence and perfection. That's perfect. Guilt. That inner critic is going to keep you from doing a lot of the things that you should be doing. And I feel like if you continue to try to be perfect in your decision making, or try to be overly cautious, or you don't make a decision unless you have all the information, you are not going to be able to progress in the way that you wish to. It's honestly going to probably make you feel like things aren't happening in your life, and I just feel like a lot is being forced onto you so that you can change. It's like, boom, this has to happen so group 1 can get a move on. Like, I feel like stagnancy, things have become too stagnant, and it's like, look at how maybe you are keeping yourself in this predicament, and not focus so much on the external, because the external changes when the internal does. And I feel like a lot of internal changes might be occurring so that external changes can happen. I do feel check in with how you talk to yourself for sure. Recognizing that you're doing good right now, okay? And allow yourself the space to make mistakes, allow yourself the space to just be, and alleviate that pressure that you put on yourself to be someone that no one can live up to you. It's like maybe there's like super high standards for yourself, and it's like you're already shining out here. People are already looking at you as an inspiration, but it's like you maybe haven't been able to see yourself in the way that you should, which is unfortunate, group one. And with this guilt card, it's like, don't feel obligated to do things because you have a sense of lack or inferiority, or just feel like you have to prove yourself. You don't, okay? And I'm going to read the questions in the book for you that you can ask yourself with these cards, but I'm going to get 2 more before I do that. Can we get 2 more for them, please, Spirit? Perfect, thank you. And gossip on the bottom, that's really interesting. Let's see what these are. What did I say? Literally, I feel that. Confusion and wisdom. I was talking about how a lot of your past and what has been going on is helping to provide you with the wisdom to move forward on your path. And I did say that it felt like my head was spinning, and here we have the confusion cloud with spinning air. It's all this cloudy energy, and I feel like some of you may still be in that energy, and it could be keeping you from doing a lot of the things that you wish you could, or maybe just really hard right now. And I feel like you're moving through a lot of transition, and you could just feel like you have a lack of information or lack of understanding about what's really going on, but it's helping you to get more in tune with how do you respond to change? How do you respond to the unknown? And do you look at it in a negative light, or are you more optimistic and excited for what's to come? Or have you been too focused with keeping the status quo? You know, it's like you're not meant to follow the status quo, group one. That's not going to work. Your abundance lies in you shining and being different and being you for all that you are, and not criticizing yourself the way that society will. You must be your main advocate, the Queen of Wands. You must be the person to recognize that you have all that you need to be the person that you want to be, and whatever anyone says is worth nothing. Think of people's opinions like pennies compared to your own opinion being billions of dollars, okay? You must give yourself the validation that you need, and no longer allowing other people to determine how you live your life or what decisions you make, but being more focused on how you can be more proud of yourself and not so critical. Let's get the book. I feel like I'm preaching at this point. I don't like that too much. Where did I place the book? There it is. Sorry about that, group one. So we're going to look at the questions for these 4 cards so that you can ask yourself that. I just saw the confusion one. So we have the personal inquiry. Can I see confusion as a good thing? Can I learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? Key ideas: allowing confusion, spiritual support, consequences of actions, finding love, clarity, support, revelation. Let's move on now to despondence. By taking action, I found the road out. Wow. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Definitely about building trust in yourself to take the actions necessary to get you where you're trying to go. My words, I'm running out of steam. We also have revelation again, movement and encouragement. It's all about putting in the action, okay? Taking the steps, not being stagnant or resisting change with this don't let pride get in your way and don't let your past hold you back, for sure. So let's move on to wisdom. Wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Do I go with my heart or against it? Am I ready to live in leadership? Wise counsel, focus energy, honoring yourself, contribution, being chosen, contentment, transformation, maturity, tranquility, and support. And perfection. I have the same high standards for myself as I have for others. Where am I presently focusing? Knowing what's right and telling others about it might not be the best way of being. Key ideas are alienating others, feeling alienated, seeking perfection, deeply desiring love, transformation ahead, uniqueness, friendship, acceptance. Definitely about accepting yourself and the quirks that you may have. And I did want to read the gossip one for you as well. I never met a person I didn't like. Personal inquiry. Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? Key ideas, uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, refocusing your life, freedom, dance, honor. So, very interesting group 1. All I gotta say is this theme for you is accepting the change, not resisting it, and seeing the doors that are opening for you. As one door closes, 5 billion open, okay? So do not get stuck on certain things going on. I feel like a lot that's happening is very transient, okay? And it's asking for you to just be present. Don't hold on to anything. Don't try to be too focused on. It's like if you meet a new person, don't say like, this is the one, they need to be my partner for life, okay? Because I don't feel like, no, don't. It's like if you approach situations in that way, now's a perfect time to release that mentality, because life is temporary. So how are we to think that we want things to last forever? And that's a different conversation, okay? What was I gonna do? Okay, maybe I'll get a little bit more for you guys, even though my throat is asking for me to chill. I'll get a couple more. So anything else for group 1, please? Honestly, group 1, I just want to apologize. If I have not been clear, I have already forgotten everything that I've told to you. It usually happens when I do readings, because I honestly feel like it's not me talking. I feel like yes, I'm talking, but where this information comes from, who knows? So if I haven't been clear, I apologize. I'm telling you, it's the energy. I just cannot. I'm having a hard time sorting through. It just feels like my mind, I just see clouds. Every time I close my eyes, I see clouds. Can we get more, please, Spirit? Oh my goodness. What am I getting? How can they approach this? No, just general, just give me general energies, please. Okay, Jupiter, yes, this is all about expanding for you. I feel like this is also asking you to be more optimistic and to have more of an expansive, objective view of your situation and your circumstances. It's very easy for us to get trapped by our subjective viewpoint, but it's asking for you to be, with this Gemini energy, I feel like be, how can I say, like curious. Yes, that's what I feel like. Have more of an open mind and to not assume the worst. That is your main mission, to stop assuming the worst, because the worst is not going to happen, okay? I feel like the worst, it's like if you assume the worst, you're gonna have like a confirmation bias. Like once something bad happens, you're like, see, I knew it was gonna happen. And it's like, don't even just what can I say? Anyway, I understand. I feel like I'm guilty of that too, group 1, so no judgment, for real. Anything else, please? Anything else, please? Group 1. Ninth house in Libra. So interesting. I'm in a ninth house perfection. It's not about me. I do feel this is definitely asking for you to maybe look at how you view life. With this ninth house, is making me think, in Jupiter too, what is your philosophy of life? How do you live your life? And what is the meaning of life to you? Okay, and how can you develop a new way of seeing things with this Libra card? I think of Libra as having these innovative ideas and coming up with new ways of thinking, especially with them being a cardinal air sign, and leaving behind parts of you that are not working anymore, especially if they leave you feeling down, if they don't make you feel good anymore, if they don't feel true to you. Let them go. It's like clear out the closet. It's finally time to get rid of certain things, maybe even in a literal sense. If you have old clothes or old artifacts or just things that just need to go, clear them out. Okay, and let that be a representation of how you are clearing out psychological debris, old thoughts, old ways of seeing yourself, especially with this perfection card. It's like getting your inner critic in check. Okay, you taking the steering wheel and be like, baby, I got it. Okay, thank you, I appreciate it, I understand, but listen, we can chill. Okay, that's what you tell your inner critic. And let's get some more. Expanding your mind is what I feel. Seeing that things are greater than you could ever believe. So much more awaits you. The best is yet to come. Okay? The best is yet to come. Please, can we get one more for Glorious Group 1? No. No way. Okay, I'll take that. But with this fifth house card, as you can see, I'm running out of steam. It's telling me to focus more on having a bit more fun, doing a little bit more things to feel easy breezy. Okay, taking life not as seriously, maybe. Exploring those parts of life that may include romance, fun, love, play, pleasure, and making more of that a part of your personality. Okay, what hobbies can you include that help you to feel more vibrant and free? Okay, how can you express yourself in a new and creative way? So we also have the third house, and how can you better communicate your needs, your wants, your feelings? Journal, writing, journalism, whatever it may be, whether that's tweeting, whatever the modern day thing for you, if you prefer technologically advanced methods of communicating, how can you do that in a better fashion? Also, taking a social media break sometimes, I feel for you, Group 1, and connecting with yourself and how you communicate with yourself and others will also be extremely important during this time. Lots of changes. I feel lots of changes are happening within these houses, and these houses oppose each other. Wow. How you interact with others. Big. Communication. Big. If you're in school. Big. Okay, big things happening. This Jupiter, I feel like a lot of expansion. Good things are happening, Group 1. Good things are happening. Good things are happening. Okay, and don't feel trapped by your past and welcome, Group 2. Thank you for being here today with me as we dive into what the theme of your life is at this moment. So we have these oracle cards here to get an overview of this current theme, then we're going to get more detailed with tarot. We're going to end out with some oracle card advice, but we'll get there. Okay, let's start here. So we have for you group 2, Shield Maiden, Make Plans, and Focus. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. Love that. Wise One, grow within your current situation. Release. And when I'm filming this, it is autumn in the hemisphere that I am located in. Card number 7, Community. New moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Ah, interesting. Do you see that? I love it. And card number 9, Treasure Island. Group 2. Right off the bat, this is looking pretty jolly. Okay, pretty good. Now, I'm sure there are some there's this very logical side to you, I feel. Very practical, very pragmatic, and a little bit overly cautious, I feel. And it's asking for you to release some of that and to step more into your heart center, get out of your mind a little bit at this time. Of course, with this Make Plans and Focus, it's asking, I'm seeing all these crescent moons here. It's like you have a lot of wisdom, as we have with this Wise One. Your past has showed you a lot, and I see that you have transmuted a lot of the lessons or a lot of the experiences that you've gone to into growth. You've utilized some difficult circumstances as fertilizer for your soul and for your understanding of how to progress forward in life. In a more practical sense, I do feel if you have been learning something over a course of time, or if you've been really dedicating yourself to something for a very long time, I do see the utilization of that knowledge being very lucrative for you, bringing you a lot of success, bringing you a lot of attention, and I do see that your skills are gaining more recognition, I do feel, for you. But back to what I was saying before I got led to that message, I do feel that it's time to review where you're going next, or really try to get an understanding of where you're currently at, because what you're stepping into is great. I do feel a lot more confidence, a lot more assurance in yourself, and feeling worthy of what is happening for you. If this isn't already happening already, I do feel that there's a lot more connection with like-minded individuals, maybe even you being someone who is bringing together a lot of individuals, creating your own community, whether that be online or with a certain group that you're joining, or if you're putting yourself in a learning community, whatever it may be. I do see that you're bringing a lot of people together, or you're coming together with a lot of people, and adding more insight to a larger collective. I do feel that you're impacting a collective body of individuals, or you're just being a part of a larger group. It's giving 11th house energy, 11th house and 7th house energy. 7th house, of course, with this new moon in Libra, which is more about close partnerships, intimate connections, one-on-one connections. And I do feel you are going to have a little more fun in that area of your life, a lot more opportunities in the area, because I do feel that you've grown through a lot of treacherous, well, excuse me, treacherous lands in your past in relation to relationships, possibly romantic relationships, and maybe even some platonic relationships. You have experienced the most difficult or just difficult circumstances, and I do see that you're utilizing a lot of that insight in these new relationships coming forward, and it's going to help you to approach them differently and release some ways that have been hindering you from attaining what it is that you really want. With this treasure island, I do feel that the work that you've been putting in, the hope that you've been having, the consistent effort to be optimistic, to be trying to look at the glass half full, or trying to find the silver lining in any situation that you've been in. I see that that's going to be paying off very soon as you release more and more of this old way of seeing your current circumstances, and recognizing that all that you go through is like all paths or all roads lead to home. And you've always had this internal navigation system within you to get you to where you're trying to go. But now I see that in this theme here, it's about trusting that and kind of connecting your mind and your heart together. Okay, and I do want to go back to the point of the 11th house comment that I made, because I explained the 7th house, but the 11th house is talking about society as a whole, big communities, collective activities. Really, it's like branching out to the society, and I do feel for some of you, if you do have some type of presence online or anywhere, you don't have to be this major famous person, but I do feel that you're gaining a lot more attention, because I mean, it's the sun. How could the sun not get attention? I feel maybe you're putting yourself more out there into the community, and you're finding a lot of success and joy in that. With connecting with other people, maybe coming out of a time of hibernation for you, or you're coming out of a time of deep introspection, or a lot of sorting through what's been holding you back or what's been keeping you in certain cycles, and fully releasing those so that you can embrace more and better for you. And I see that happening in this current theme here. And with this shield maiden, make plans and focus and release, I do feel with this sword, it's like you're cutting through and cutting out all that you know has to go. And even if that means that even if it has some sort of sentimental value to you, I do feel that you're kind of having to make decisions that are best for you, and learning how to communicate your needs in a more efficient and diplomatic way here with that Libra energy. Recognizing that sometimes things end and being okay with it, but making plans about your road ahead, and not being too impulsive about your decisions, or feeling a rush or a need to have some type of conclusion in mind. I feel like it's asking you to have some sort of foresight, especially with this wise one here, to see that things are constantly changing, and to be prepared for that, at least not to have these rigid plans in place where it has to go like this, but having some sort of an idea of where you want to go, but giving room and leeway for it to unfold, so that you can feel confident and safe within the changing times, as you know that you're constantly going to be on some sort of path or some sort of goal. Is to have a goal in mind, is what I feel. With that, make plans and focus, shield maiden. Hopefully I'm explaining that well for you, group 2. but I do feel that you're changing, or it's like a new color of you, or a new side of you is blossoming and blooming as we speak during this time. I feel that you're shedding away a lot of old way. I feel like, okay, let me slow down, y'all. Okay, with past people that you've been around, maybe they know a certain version of you, but this theme here, I feel, is you undergoing a lot of external change because you have been doing a lot of internal work. And the external changes that show may not be expected by those who already know you, and some people may not be the biggest fan of these changes. So you are going to have to take it upon yourself to see if certain people, circumstances, activities, behaviors, mindsets, even mentalities, habits, if any of those things have fallen out of alignment with you, if they do not feel good to you anymore, if they bring you down or have a certain level of doubt for you, or if they create doubt, or if they create unnecessary anxiety for you, it is time to let it go. And recognize that just as the trees let go of their leaves for a new blossoming, okay? So making room for the areas of your life to blossom. So let's say, let's talk about relationships, because I feel like relationships is big for you, group 2. Of course, your group 2 is the dualities number. Whoa, you guys, excuse my language right now, but what was I saying? Relationships are important for you, and okay, right. For relationships, let's say you have to release certain connections because they don't align with you anymore. If you try to hold on to those relationships out of attachment, like leaves, they eventually fall away. No matter how hard you want to hold on to them, there comes a point where it has to end so that you can make room for what is coming. So, all in all, for you, group 2, detachment is important, and being more in flow, okay? Being more in flow and recognizing that cycles have to end. Things have to end so that you can accept what is coming, because group 2, blessings on blessings, I feel, okay? I felt that energy when I was pulling these cards, and even the bottom deck energy that was coming out for the decks that I used was, I can look at some of them. It's, well, here, this one here, it's yin. We have miracles, okay, I don't want to do too much, but we also have door to personal healing and happiness. So I do feel a lot of goodness is happening, and the only thing that could stop this from happening is you getting in your own way, okay? Or you feeling like you can't leave certain things behind because maybe you feel bad, or this or that or the other. Can't really tell you what it is, but I am telling you that this theme is preparing you for a lot more interaction with new people, a lot more new, and expanding your mind and expanding your sense of self and how you interact with the world and with others. And you're gaining a lot more insight about the type of qualities you want in your relationships and in your partnerships in general with other people. You're seeing more about yourself within these interactions with other people. Like, you've learned a lot by yourself, but I do feel you will see just how much you've grown, or what areas still need work by your new interactions with people. It's especially a romantic partner. You know, I just feel like love is in the air for you, group 2. And excuse the noise if you hear that. I do have my window open. Unfortunately, I forgot to close it. But here we are. Okay? And I think it's the trash truck. Okay, that gives me another message. If it's something's time to go in the trash, then baby, take it out. Okay, don't let it get evicted. Let it go. But I'm gonna wait. I'll be right back after this truck leaves group 2. So 1 second, please. All right, sorry about that, group 2. I also wanted to say that with this Shield Maiden and release, I also feel the need to say now's the time of releasing some overthinking tendencies, or over intellectualizing your feelings, or over intellectualizing situations. I feel now's the time of you trusting yourself and trusting an inner knowing, getting more in tune with your intuition, taking more time to sit in stillness and silence, because I do feel in your external reality there is a lot going on, or there is a lot of new beginnings in the realm of your relationships specifically. I feel like this is a big time of relating with other people, and just relationships in general are getting a boost for you. Not just romantic, but I do feel even platonic in business partnerships, or just partnerships in general. Relating with other people is very important, and I feel that as you take more time to navigate this social life of yours, it is asking for you to be more diligent in ensuring that you have time to yourself, and staying focused on whatever areas of these words whatever areas of your life require focus, whether that be your studies, your career, your personal life goals. Okay, to not get too distracted or sidetracked, and to release any patterns or behaviors that keep you from staying aligned. And I do want to say, as there is a lot going on, escapism tendencies can be on the rise. So make sure that you don't seek to escape, but in those times of wanting to escape, you take that time to sit in stillness, to meditate, and to take that time to be quiet and to listen to your internal compass at that time, because there is a lot happening is what I want to say. And it's important that you listen to the words of your soul. It's very important, I do feel, because I do feel that you're going to be receiving a lot, and not everything needs to pass through, not everything you need to accept. But I'm not saying to be closed off, but to be selective with what you take in, and don't hold on to anything that doesn't feel right to you. Okay, no excuses. Okay, no excuses. This is a time of evolution and growth and abundance. Okay, I do feel a lot of joy and happiness. Okay, this is big right here, and I feel like you've been waiting for this time of really being able to see the fruits of your labor, and to see the external manifestations of what you've been doing behind the scenes. And it is happening, okay? But stay focused, and as this is occurring in your life, don't feel as if this is a time to lose track of the bigger goal. I do want to say to always have the bigger picture in mind, to zoom out sometimes and to see from a higher perspective, and to not get so caught up in your own experience that you lose sight of foresight, or you lose sight that things will not stay like this forever. But to enjoy this, it's like a balance of enjoying the time and being present, but also recognizing that life is transient. I do feel it's all about the balance, okay, with this new moon in Libra energy. Definitely a balance here. But good things are happening. I feel that it's been a common theme. I love that for everybody. The energy is lifting up. Okay. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Because I know as a collective, we have been going through it for real. And I just feel like that's lifting in some way. More connection, more community with other people. And really seeing that you're not alone out here. For real. Okay, so let's get some tarot now. Here, trusting in the unknown as well. And not needing to know the answers all the time. Utilizing the information that you have to make decisions in the now and not procrastinating on them, thinking that you're gonna make the wrong decision or you're really trying to make the right decision. Like, make a decision and know that as you make decisions, you always are moving forward, okay? And deal with whatever happens after you make the decision, because not making a decision is a decision in itself. So, group 2, trust. It's big on trust, trusting yourself, trusting the unfolding of life, and seeing that, not all things are bad in this world. There are beautiful, great, positive changes that are happening. And I just feel like that is a main message for all of these groups. I haven't done group 3 yet, but based on the ones that I've done, which is only one, it just seems like a really big emphasis on trusting in the unknown and not being pessimistic, but to cultivate curiosity about what's going to happen and to think of the most positive outcome, but to also be balanced in your perceptions. But let's get these tarot cards here. I didn't want to be too confusing. So for group 2, please, Spirit, can we get some, please, Spirit guides, angels, the theme for group 2, please. Theme for group 2, please. Theme for group 2. Yeah, we have a lot of moving on. I feel like I was talking about that earlier, but my words they've been playing tricks on me. So anyway, moving away from impulsive actions for the main part, I do feel, and the impulsiveness I do feel stems from a level of insecurity or past insecurity. I feel like these are past actions that are being highlighted here, and overcoming a sense of internal conflict, of a fear of missing out or having to take action now or losing something in the process. I do feel that you're moving more to calm shores in general, and I feel like this is not only talking about mentally you moving away from anxious decision making or anxious thoughts or always being like what's gonna happen next, or I just feel a lot of moving away from conflicting energies, whether that be within yourself and externally. Letting go of a lot of the situations that have been holding you back or limiting your ability to express yourself in the way that you desire to do so with the 6 of Swords. And I feel like you're being guided here to move towards something more, move towards things that make you feel more uplifted and seen and heard for who you are, and releasing the parts of you that just don't fit anymore. I feel like you're growing out of your mold, and it's time to step into a bigger shell. It's like a hermit crab, like leaving one shell to find a new home that's more accommodating to the person that you're becoming. And that can extend to so many areas of your life, whether that be in the relationships that you are found in, or the jobs, or the social spheres. I don't know, it could be anything, apply it in the way that fits best to you. But I do feel in general you're releasing some chaos releasing the chaos in your life, and taking more time to be more in tune with what is right for you, and not just making decisions on impulse or doing things on impulse or staying in places on impulse rather than checking in with yourself. Can we get more, please? The theme of their life, please. What are we gonna do? It's not a wands again. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Expansion. big things, okay? I feel a lot of the old cycles are closing out. You're stepping into a more prominent position with the World card as well. A lot of the lessons, and I don't know if I really want to say lessons, but a lot of the experiences that you've gone through have helped you to grow into this new person. And it's not like you're changing into this whole, I don't know, maybe you are. I feel like a more energetic upgrade, but also not only energetically, but even on the external level. I feel that you're gaining a lot. Like, this is a big time of achievement and a big time of receiving what you've been waiting on and letting go of a lot of the conflict. It's almost giving me this energy of proving people wrong because you've been so dedicated and focused on whatever you've been doing despite the naysayers, okay? And maybe there have been some delays in how things have been manifesting in your life. Yeah, and it's been causing you to doubt the success of something, or causing you to doubt the ability for something to work out. But I do feel that the patience and the determination that you've been having is helping you to move forward and move towards this expansion at a rapid pace, and it's going to be paying off very soon, as you've been staying very focused and fixed and determined on your in your goals. I'm getting really excited for you, group 2, and I feel that's why I've been stumbling over my words so much, because it's like I want to speak so fast because I feel like so many things are happening for you, and it's just so brilliant, the magnitude of these blessings I feel, and I just have to temper myself, slow down, and I feel like that's the same thing for you, is to slow down, find stillness, because things are picking up, I feel. And it also is making me think of Saturn with the World card, and Saturn is going direct soon, so is Pluto, and I'm sure other planets are going to follow the lead after those two major planets do so. And I feel that the energy is definitely picking up. Things are happening for you as you've been very dedicated and diligent. I keep wanting to say dedicated and diligent because the Saturn energy, but I do feel a lot of expansion and opening up, and you may be opening up to more people and being a spotlight. I feel like with the sun in the world, maybe you are gaining a lot of recognition in some area of your life. Very nice. I love this energy. Okay. There's not really much else I can say outside of that. Can we keep going? Can we get more for group 2, please? This is really interesting. The 4 of Pentacles. Yes, letting go of a lack mentality or feeling like you're going to lose something. I do feel that in your past you held on to maybe even your possessions. I want to say that finances they could be improving, and it's helping you to see that you don't have to be so overly cautious of I just feel like a level of insecurity is being lifted. Like, you're gaining more confidence, and it's coming from an internal well. It's not based on the recognition that you're getting from other people. I feel a lot of internal recognition, like, look how far I've come, look how much I've grown, look where I am going, and look what is happening. And it's helping you to loosen up, to see like, well, that had to happen so that this can happen. I see why these things have been happening, because now I feel a lot more capable and able to accept the things that are coming in. You don't have to be so closed off, because you can trust yourself enough to make the right moves to ensure that you have a level of security for yourself. And the security comes from within. No matter how much you have externally, if you feel insecure within, it will never be enough. So I do feel that you're filling up that internal well, taking more time to ensure that you feel steady and stable. It's making me think of Archangel Michael in the root chakra, and feeling very secure and nurtured and safe already, so that you can build a solid foundation that is not based on anything faulty. Yeah, I see a lot of shining, of growing, of evolving, big glow up vibes, okay? Big glow up vibes. And just seeing that you have so much more to you. So it's time to accept more. And I see that happening. So can I fit one more here? Because for some reason I want to get one more card. And I think they're saying, you know what? That is exactly what you should do, Alexa. Get one more. Okay, so I'll get one more, Spirit. What else? The end of a tough cycle. It is over. Okay? Let bygones be bygones. And it came over here, so I'm definitely going to place it there. And I feel that I'm going to get more than one more, actually. I feel that you're moving away from a lot of this. It's like maybe old mental blockages, like fearing the worst, assuming the worst because of your past, moving away from that. And I do feel that it is time to let go of those things that you know are done and over with. Okay, do not let things that are done and over with plague your mind anymore. Do not let things stay rent free up there. If they are not helping you to progress forward and see the bright future ahead of you, leave it behind. A new dawn is breaking for you. And oh my gosh, why now? I'm sorry, y'all. Hopefully that's it. Okay, goodness. So with the Hanged Man here, you know, it just makes me want to say, don't stall. Don't hang. You know what you have to let go of, group 2, whether it be people, mentalities, habits, actions. You know what it is. I don't have to tell you. You feel it. If you feel tied down, if you do not feel freed, this is a time of freedom, okay? And it's time to let what is over with go. Move away from what is keeping you down, okay? Anything else? Anything else, please? Okay, these cards. Oh, see, look. Wow. Moving away from, I do feel there's this betrayal energy of you feeling like you can't trust other people because people in your past have been shysty and sneaky, but I feel like you're stepping into a time of collaboration with people who bring you skills, insight, and a different perspective that actually helps you out. I feel a lot of growth and you being seen for the work that you've been putting in, okay? You being seen for your skills, and the people you're attracting aren't going to want to sabotage you. I feel like they're going to try to help you rise above. What did my fingers just do? It's like you're collaborating with people who help you to build success. You don't have to be fearful of hidden motives or tactics. Of course, have your wits about you, you know, but accept these new opportunities because they're going to be very fruitful for you, and people are going to help you to see new expansive opportunities. I see a lot of growth for you, group 2. It's like I'm getting too excited to even speak correctly. I have to chill. One more, please, Spirit. Just one. One more, please. Oh. F what you talking about. Let me stop. A lot of self-love, a lot of nurturing of the self here. And I feel any blockages that have been preventing you from receiving and giving love in the most I want to say abundant way, but whatever's been preventing you from doing that, I feel like that's being cleared away. There's new opportunities presenting themselves to you, and they're very practical and tangible. You're going to see them pop up in your life, and it's all because you've taken the steps to really nurture yourself in a new way. And we just have a lot of greatness here. We have wish fulfillment, victory with the Chariot card, you being able to feel guided and nurtured, and seeing that although there are going to be opposing beliefs or the interruptions of your reading, group 2, it's really bizarre. I've never heard the trash truck come this many times, but I feel like maybe there's a lot that you have to let go of, so that's why it's like waves. Please. Goodness gracious. But you're moving forward, okay? Although there are going to be distractions, you are focused, and that's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment. And this is just about wishes coming true, new adventures, new experiences, new opportunities. Like I said, an old cycle is closing and you're stepping into a whole new territory right now, and it's about you learning and growing in a new way. And allow yourself to make mistakes. You're not going to know everything, and that is okay. It's about you gaining experiences, and it's about you having fun and enjoying how far you've come and really basking in this energy, okay? So, wow, I love that. This is really good. I'm going to actually put that there, put that here, put that there. So, open yourself up to new adventures. And don't be too hard on yourself with anything that's happening right now. This is all about growth. You're stepping into a whole new scene. It's like an elevation, I feel. It's like you just climbed up the ladder and now you're at a whole new playing field. And allow yourself to grow and expand and be curious and open about how things can unfold for you, because it's really exciting. I feel very exciting, a lot of collaboration, a lot of meeting new people, and you really feeling good about yourself, feeling good about what you have to offer, and a lot of reciprocal energy as well from other people. Also, want to say, don't be too closed off, okay? You know, whatever is keeping you in a defensive energy or feeling like you can't be open, check in if that is stemmed from your past. A lot of the past is going to hinder the success that is in front of you. So continue to release the past and move forward away from it. Bye-bye past is what I have to say. So let's get some of these oracle cards here. Hopefully I've been clear in this reading. I'm gonna have to watch it back and see how I did. But let's get some final messages for you, group 2. So final messages for group 2, please, Spirit. Final messages. We have destiny and miracle. I want to say something about this though. Now this is going to be for some of you. With it, how it came out, it makes me think that if you feel tied to a certain person, feeling like, oh, they're my soulmate, I can't leave them because we made this promise to each other, or anything like that, it's like if they're hindering your progression, nothing should hinder you. Your life partner, or the person that is meant for you, which I feel there's going to be a lot of opportunities to meet some new people out here, so keep your eyes open. The person that you're, I don't even want to say meant to be with, because I feel like that's so many people. Like, we have so many opportunities to meet so many people. It's like there's a lot of soulmates out there, maybe. I don't know. We don't know. But I do feel the person that will help you feel the most fulfilled is someone who gives you the space to grow and to learn and to explore. Someone who is not going to hinder that. Both of you come together to grow and expand together. Okay, and I feel like you're on this path, so always follow that. Follow what feels right to you and keep your focus, because a person should not take you off track. A person should not take your focus. You should stay focused, okay? They should help you stay focused. And allow miracles to show up in your life out of nowhere. Things happen in an instant, and allow yourself to be delighted. Do not try to predict anything, okay? And all I can say is good things are happening, so be aware, be present, be here, or you'll miss out by not being present, by being too in your head, by being too focused on what's going to happen instead of being right here and focusing on what's unfolding for you in the now. Just know that things are happening. You're on the right track, and stay focused, stay present, and watch the miracles unfold for you, group 2. So, here we go again with that balance. Balance all aspects of your life. Ensure that you especially have the time to yourself to come back to an inner balance. To not be too focused on one area of your life or the other area of life, but ensure that you're giving to yourself first and foremost. You're nurturing your needs, taking the time out to ensure that you have self-care habits in place, having a morning and night routine to help you wind down, meditating, but also ensuring that the connections with others are balanced. You're not giving too much to one person and not the other, or you're just not giving too much in any area of your life, but you're ensuring that you have the resources to sustain any actions that you're making in any area of your life. But we have this Libran energy, and I feel that with any situation that you're in, it's all about balance, and listening to your instincts. If you feel like something is out of alignment, do not feel fearful to continue to look back and be like, oh my gosh, was that the right decision? Should I, stay focused on, it's all about focus. My words, y'all. Let me chill. I just feel like I'm brimming with excitement because I feel it. Like you're on the precipice of greatness, and it's like if you lose focus, if you let the distractions take you away from what is right in front of you, please, no. Like you'll always get back on track. I feel like you have the opportunity to get back on track, but let's not even, allow that to happen. You got it. You got it, group 2. I believe in you. I already know. This is all just about confirmation. Goodness. Y'all got me out here acting but I do see a lot beautiful energy. We have passion, perseverance, and recovery. You're seeing the way out, stepping into so much more, but stay focused. That's the main message for you, group 2. Stay focused. Things are happening, greatness happening. You're on the way to greatness, okay? All I can do is snap, snap, clap, clap for you because, I'm excited. So that's been your reading, group 2. Thank you for being here. I want to just say apologies for the words, okay? But it has been a really good time here with you. So thank you. Always leave it a like if you enjoyed. Let me know, please, how it resonated for you in the comments. I would love to know what's going on with you, and subscribe for more. But wow, did I love this reading. Be prepared to be delighted and surprised because the divine has beautiful things in store for you. So there you are, group 2. Thank you again, and I'll chat with you later. Until then, peace out and have a beautiful time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. Thank you for being here today as we jump into the theme of your life at this moment whenever you're watching. So we have these oracle cards here to get a peek into that. Then we're going to get more detailed with tarot cards, and we're going to end off with some oracle card advice, but we will get there. So let's start here. For you, group 3, we have inner peace. Card number 37, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, and the third chakra is the solar plexus chakra. Talks about life path, confidence. New moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Summer, bask in joy and light. And card number 46, regeneration. A very powerful time of healing for you, group 3. I do feel that. And so interesting, you chose group 3 and you got the third chakra here. So the number 3 could be very important. Maybe there are 3 specific areas that are being highlighted at this time, or just in general, I feel that a focus on expanding your creativity and how you interact with your creativity. Do you see yourself as a creative person, and do you allow yourself to be seen for your talent? Or are you still struggling with a level of insecurity or doubting your ability, or not really seeing your true value, or even putting yourself out there to be seen for your value, or and for how much you're able to contribute to others, or contribute to a workplace, or contribute to a partnership or a relationship? I do see there is a level of self-doubt, or just a very loud inner critic. The part of us within that really criticizes our actions, or really likes to say, oh, we could have did that better. Oh, this could always be better. Well, look at that. It's not as good as that. It's a never seeing the good in something. And maybe you have a tendency to maybe nitpick yourself, or zoom in on any perceived flaws that you might think you have. And I think a main message for you, and I don't want to say a main, but a very important message for you, is to recognize that all parts make up the whole, and you are not just one part. So let's say you're criticizing a certain feature on your body. That one part of your body does not make up who you are. So to hyperfixate on that and criticize yourself just because of something like that would be a disservice to you and to the world, because you would be dimming your light and not really allowing yourself to fully shine and step into the person that you're meant to be. I feel this time is helping you to come into a more accepting perspective of yourself, and accepting yourself for how you are, and seeing how far you've come, and not holding yourself to super high standards or expectations that no one could meet. We are human. We are never going to be perfect. So we will always have our shortcomings, and we will always have challenges that we must overcome and face. And to do so, we have to face our fears. And I do feel right now it's asking for you to not face, well, we'll get there right now, because I do feel like it's a ladder of progression, like climbing up the mountain and then sharing what you've learned with other people by gaining so much insight about yourself. And I do see a focus on coming to grips with how you can cultivate more peace within yourself. And if you were to sit to yourself without any distractions, what thoughts come up? What things are constantly ruminating in your mind? Or what do you catch yourself thinking about often? And how can you sever your relation to, excuse me guys, how can you sever your relationship to any heartbreak in the past, or any difficulties that you've had to overcome from your past? Do you still carry a level of resentment for anything that you've been through? Have you been having a hard time integrating a lot of the experiences that you've had, whether they be negative or positive? I personally don't know if I'm not going to get into my philosophy of life, but whether they are subjectively negative or positive, I feel all the experiences that you've been through up till this point is helping for you to really burn away the parts of you that just are not truly resonating. It could be from conditioning. It could be from you just having to hide certain parts of yourself, or maybe you've grown up self-deprecating, or really maybe you grew up around people who didn't know how to accept compliments, or you still struggle with accepting compliments. I don't know, it feels like a level of self-doubt that's being burnt away, and I just want to say coming to grips. I don't know, it's like if you get a compliment, or if you I don't want to focus on compliments but I just feel like self-acceptance and appreciating you for you, is the main mission right now. To not always try to point out something that you don't like, but to find what you do appreciate. It's like a switch of the mindset. Anytime you want to say something negative or anytime you want to criticize something, maybe try to at least point out a positive thing of that. Whatever you're critiquing, point out something like, I really like that. Let me say for my paintings, because I'm looking at them right now. Should I show you guys? No. Interesting, because that's probably why I probably should show you, so that you can learn to shine your light and to not be criticizing it. Sure, I'll show. So let's say if I was to show this painting to you, I could criticize maybe the leaves, but I'm gonna focus on, wow, I really like the color coordination that I chose. I never would have expected myself to be able to create something like that. You know, switching that mindset of wanting to sorry for the noise, switching that mindset of trying to point out something that you don't like about your art or your creations or your contribution to something, and just seeing like, wow, look at how I was able to create something, and where did that come from? Where did that skill, where did that impulse, like following your impulses and getting more connected with what is truly real for you and what truly helps you to build a sense of purpose. Because I feel with the doubt, it can always get you off track. Like doubt and fear, it's like it's the only limitation to finding out who you really are, by fearing judgment, fearing criticism. And I feel like the only reason that fear is there is because you do it enough to yourself. So if someone was to point it out, it's like, oh my God, they're bringing my fears into reality. And it's like, no one would really know that that is a trigger for you. And so some people could say something to you and trigger you by accident and not even know that this is something that you struggle with on your own. But I do feel it's like it's making me think of the polarity between Pisces and Virgo. Okay, stay with me. If you don't know too much about astrology, I'll explain what I mean. Virgo is very focused on the practical realities, what we can see, the details, the analytics, very focused on the organization of things. I will say very logical, okay, the Virgo archetype. But also healing in ways that the Virgo will cook you a good meal, bring you homeopathic remedies, medicine, you know, while the Pisces is more of a spiritual, dreamy, archetype. I feel very in tune with the emotional depths and more creative, bringing that creative aspect, that unseen ability in creating something with it, like painting. How do you explain the ability to I don't know, I just find it fascinating, and I have a Mars in Pisces, so I feel like it's easier for me to express that side through action. But anyway, with the Pisces, it's more of a healing of the things that you can't see. It's like they'll probably give you a hug or talk about your feelings, or really give you that space to explore your creative side, while the Virgo is more focused on what is practically helping. And I do feel that for you, group 3, it's about balancing the two, because I feel like you can lean from one side to the other. Like maybe sometimes you're overly practical, overly logical, maybe you over intellectualize your feelings or overthink a lot of what you're going through, or overthink your contribution. I feel like there's a level of you not fully being able to give as much as you would be able to, or really shine your light or provide the healing energies that you have, because there's a level of you not believing in yourself. And this time is all about building up that confidence, creating a new sense of self, and stepping more into your power because you truly believe that it's there and it's not threatened by anyone or anything. You don't have to be so defensive, or you don't have to always feel like you have to protect yourself in a fear that someone's going to judge you or someone's going to criticize you about something. And even if they do, I feel that you'll have enough confidence to take constructive criticism, but not allow those other comments to really sway you, and to know that somebody's always going to have something to say. You cannot please the world. People are always going to find something wrong or find something they don't like, and it's not your job to try to appease everyone, but to know that as long as you put your best foot forward, as long as you did your best or you tried your best, that is all you can do, and there's no reason to nitpick or judge, because it's already done, for one. But also, like, how could you learn if you don't make mistakes? How could you learn if you don't fall short sometimes? Like, we only learn through those times where we're not right. We don't have to be perfect. So I do feel with these two signs here, there could be a tendency to maybe try to be perfection already. Like with a Pisces, maybe perfected in their art, or with a Virgo, maybe perfected in their ability to organize or calculate things. I don't know, or do something practical. But give yourself the space, like give yourself the room to breathe and to gain the skills and the tools. Don't expect yourself to be an expert or a pro already in anything that you do. You know, it's a work in progress, but I feel like you having that ability to hone in on your skills and to see where there are shortcomings is going to help you to continually grow and improve, but don't allow it to become a weapon against yourself, because you have turned that ability to really critically assess something into over obsessing or over analyzing things. So definitely balancing that side of yourself. Hopefully that was clear. Just a really big emphasis on building up that confidence for you, group 3. Very big emphasis, because I do feel that your past has been ridden with a lot of difficulty and a lot of you facing a part of yourself that was hard or has been hard to face. And you having to overcome a lot of those thoughts, opinions, or feelings that haven't been super great. But as you look those situations in the face, as you take time to see how those circumstances from your past or even currently have been impacting you, and what tools you can gain from maybe a tough situation, how can you grow through a tough situation, the more you change your perspective about what's going on, the more you can accept the wisdom that is gained by really allowing yourself to go through it, if that makes sense. How can I better explain that? I feel like when you react to certain things, take more time to see, are you reacting from a place of hurt, or are you reacting from a calm, self-confident place? I just want to say that this time is all about getting centered, grounded, and feeling safe and secure within yourself, to have the ability to express yourself freely and openly, and to transform that creation and that passion and that creativity into a way of shining your abilities and being able to be seen for what you have and what you're able to do is a really big theme right now. Developing your skills and honoring your own skills, seeing you for you. I do feel for you, group 3. Maybe you're discovering new hobbies that you are interested in, or you're gaining new skills in a new area, or you're starting a new job, or you're doing something new, or coming into a better understanding of what you want for yourself and what will make you happy and what can make you feel aligned and on the right track and on your path. There could have been some redirection for you of maybe seeing that a certain life path that you were walking wasn't going to be for you, and now it's stripping away what isn't real, what isn't true to you, and stepping more into what is. Even if that does take courage, even if that does go against all that you know, if you feel that it is right for you, then do it. And see how much you can gain by walking that path. And if it particularly deals with healing remedies, or if it has anything to do with a healing profession, whether that be spiritual or practically, like a doctor or a spiritual advisor or a tarot reader, whatever it is, if you feel that you are being drawn to do something, break away from any attachments to an old sense of self that keep you from stepping into this new and more whole version of you. How can you allow yourself to step out into the sun and shine your light? And Virgo season it's like changing into summer, I think. Is it changing into summer, or is it leaving summer? I think it might be changing into fall. So anyway, the point being is, with the Virgo, I do feel like your skills need to be seen and kind of tap into that Leo energy of, because Leo is before Virgo, I feel, and the Leo has no problem showing their skills, even if they feel like, even if they aren't the best or most talented person ever, they're gonna say that they are, and they're going to act like they are, because why would they not? So I feel like you have a humble side of you of feeling like, I can always improve. I'm not the best. I don't need to be seen right now. It's like this level of hiding until you are at your prime. But the thing about Virgo energy is, like, you never feel like you're at your prime, or there's always something wrong, or there's always something that needs to be improved. And that, like I said, that's a great quality, so that you can always be progressing forward. But at the same time, don't allow it to become a detriment to you, or you not being able to see the beauty in your life because you are constantly being dissatisfied by something. What in your everyday reality can bring you a sense of peace and wholeness, and where can you go as a form of escape? And not escapism, but like, what things can you do, whether it be reading or writing or painting? What ways can you express yourself that bring a bit of joy to you, or help you to feel that life is worth living, even in the most monotonous, the most dull or boring days? How can you bring meaning to it, so that every day feels like it is worth living? Adding that touch of beauty, that touch of color, of light, and not constantly being brought down by your thoughts or by your mind, but stepping out of your mind and getting more into your creative impulses, or how you can create a better life for yourself, or how you can shine in a new way, stepping into a new mold, becoming a new version of yourself that is not so trapped by limitations that they've imposed on themselves, or that society has imposed on you. But really putting yourself out there and trying new things, I feel. It's making me think of like a busybody or a busy bee. And adding more hobbies or routines, changing up your routine, not becoming too stagnant, or not continually doing the same thing over and over, because of course that is going to cause a stagnancy. So how can you branch out? How can you spread your influence? How can you develop your skills in new ways by interacting with other people? How can you collaborate with other people? And how do you best feel seen? What skills do you want other people to recognize you for? How do you want to be recognized? What do you want to be recognized for? Those are really good questions to ask yourself. And do you feel like you've been being seen for the skill that you prize, the skill that you really enjoy building on? What skills do you really prioritize? I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy, honestly, in that mercurial aspect as well, and also Jupiter expanding on expanding your mind. I feel expanding your sense of capability, your sense of courageousness, and your ability to learn new things and to grow and even become a teacher of that subject, or become like, you never know where you could go by walking a new path. And I feel like it's time to walk a new path and plant new seeds, grow in a new way. Here we go with those gardening gardening analogies with Virgo energy. Of course, it's all about sowing your seeds and tending to your garden, so that you can have a beautiful and bountiful harvest, and the Virgo gets to harvest. So definitely about harvesting your gifts and talents and bringing them to the forefront and honoring them, so that other people in the society at large, or the community around you, can honor the gifts that you bring. It doesn't have to be the whole society. It could just be the people that are around you, close connections, family, friends, partners, and really allowing yourself to be seen and appreciated, and not overly giving from a place of self-doubt or insecurity, or feeling like you have to prove yourself. So, I love that. I love that, group 3. You're getting a confidence boost during this time. There's angels and divine beings helping you to see what parts of yourself have been nagging at you, what parts need to be released and purified and tended to, and helping you to tap more into what you need. What are your needs, and have you been giving to yourself in the way that you deserve? Because that is important. How can you give to others when you are not doing that to yourself already? Once you are full, then you're at your best, okay? Once you are feeling aligned and centered and grounded, that's when you give the best of yourself, and that's when you truly shine. So making sure that you're taking that time out to give to yourself in the most abundant way, so that you can be an abundant blessing to those around you. For sure. Take that time to take as much time as you need to find inner peace, to find color in your life, to find meaning in your life, and to break away from any chaos or conflict that has been overburdening you or bringing you too much headache. Okay? What do you need to release? That was your bottom deck energy. Oh, wow. Not only that, what do you need to release? Oh my gosh. New moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. And full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. All of this reigns true for you, group 3. That Pisces Virgo axis is big. And also another water sign, work through your fears with the new moon in Scorpio. There are fears and insecurities at play here for you, I do feel, group 3, and that will be the only thing that stagnates you or keeps you from fully recognizing your potential. And I really hope that you don't succumb to the falsehoods of fear and the illusions that it can keep us trapped in. You are so much more than that, and I feel all of that energy within you, and it needs to be cultivated, and it needs to be seen and appreciated. So let's get some tarot cards and let's see a bit more. I really do love this reading. I loved all the readings. It feels so healing. I feel like the divine is really putting in that work, okay? They are really trying to bring the collective together. And for that, I want to say thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Oh my gosh, beautiful energies. So let us get these cards. Anything else for group 3, please, about their theme in their life currently? Anything else for group 3 in the theme of your life? Indecision will be a blockage for you and being trapped by your past or trapped by a sense of nostalgia or thinking that the past was better than where you're at currently, or that something in the past could have changed, or if you made a certain move in your past, then maybe everything else will be okay. I do feel to get rid of that mentality because you can't go back to your past. We can only work with the now. And what decisions can you make that are self-empowering? And my tummy is rumbling, but what decisions can you make that help you to feel like you're making the best choice now so that you don't feel a sense of regret in your future? And to let go of regret, because how could you have learned, or how could you have gained the knowledge or the wisdom that you have now if you did not encounter many of the challenges or the situations that you've been through? So to not ruminate on the past and think like I could have did this better or I could have went that way. Yeah, it's like make a decision, stick with it, and know that you're doing the best that you can with the knowledge that you have, and to not doubt yourself or doubt your decision making. Excuse me. But trusting a sense of gut instinct, like with this is near the Pisces, it's like flowing and feeling led by your heart. And when your mind fails you, or when your mind is too loud, drop down into your body and drop into your soul and see what is your soul calling you to do, what feels most right for you to do. And if someone told you, okay, say you have two decisions, if someone told you to do this decision over this decision, and you don't like the way that it sounds to do that decision, go with the other decision. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Oh my gosh, these words. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but I'm just saying choose the way that feels most right, and that's all you can do. Don't make decisions for somebody else. Don't do it because someone else told you, but do it because you have to live your life and you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. No one else will. So yeah, it can be challenging to really decide, but once you do, ensure that you made it out of confidence. So, confidence and not insecurity. Always choose from a sense of confidence and assuredness. Can we get more for group 3, please? Moving away from perfectionistic tendencies, or moving away from over analyzing or overthinking. Okay. Also want to say open your eyes. See a new perspective. Look at your circumstances in a new way. I like this card. It's making me think of an oracle card, and it's like, this is happening for me, not to me. So changing your perspective and seeing that any situation that you encounter, it is not negative nor positive, but a way for you to grow and develop your sense of self and your identity, and helping you to see who you really are at the core and how you can progress forward on your path, feeling aligned and assured that this is what you're here to do, or this is why, like, you're on the right track. Moving away from a lot of mindsets that keep you sorry, I'm getting a lot right now, that keep you from being able to take the steps forward, leaving you with a sense of frustration or feeling powerless. I do feel it's time to let go of feeling powerless and know that you have all the power, all the tools, and everything that you need to cultivate the life that you want. And with these autumn leaves, it's making me think to let go of what's no longer serving you, especially with this regeneration card. Allow a new start to happen. Allow a new dawn to break. With this new moon energy, it's like new beginnings are beckoning, but things have to close out with this full moon. A lot of things are being illuminated right now so that you can do what you will with the information gained and take action in a new way to get new and better results, and to prompt a sense of newness within yourself. Like, wow, I never expected myself to go in this direction, but I'm so excited and I'm so prepared to see where it takes me and where it leads me. You know, having a sense of curiosity and excitement because you've chosen a new path and you've chosen a new way of interacting with the world and interacting with yourself. And no longer feeling held back or frustrated or stagnated because you're taking the action, and listening to yourself, listening to that intuition, and really tuning in with your sense of intuition. And I also want to say trusting in the unknown, not having to know all the answers, but being led, feeling guided, and doing what you can in the present and not being too far ahead. So can we get more, please? More for group 3, please, Spirit. All these blockages are coming out for you, group 3. And it's your mind. It is your mind that will hold you back. Oh, my goodness. This is despair. This is sorrow. I feel like your mind cannot be the friendliest place, and it's really asking, oh, maybe you have a pet. Oh, too, my gosh. Maybe you have a pet that you have that is just so in tune with you, and it's like, hey, listen, like, let's do something else. I don't know. I feel that this cat here is super cute. You don't have to have a cat, but maybe you should get a pet if you don't have one, or open the door to a new furry companion. But I do feel that your mind can be self-deceiving you, or your mind can be deceiving you in a way that you're not even aware of. Okay, it can be being extremely hard on you, and it could be making you think that you're not doing enough, like you are constantly lacking somewhere, or you're just supposed to be more ahead, or you're supposed to be somewhere that you're not. But it's like, no, you're not. You're here for this reason. You're not supposed to be anywhere else than right here in this moment. And to let go of a mentality of having to always push forward or always doubt or beat up on yourself. I just feel like you deserve the space to be. You deserve gentleness, compassion, understanding. If you are more able to lend that to other people, I need you to turn it back to yourself, because you cannot be that for someone else if you are not even doing it for yourself. Give yourself grace. I really feel you need grace to sneak away from these thoughts. As soon as these thoughts pop up, don't invite them, don't keep them, let them go away. Look at them and say, thank you. I appreciate you for trying to protect me, for trying to help me to be my best self, but I got it. I'll take the driver's seat. I have the control. Your thoughts do not have to control you. Your thoughts are not always true. Your feelings are sometimes even, we don't even know why we feel some ways sometimes, but let them be a signal to you. Like, is this thought, why am I doubting myself? Where did this come from? Is this really me? Or did I just get this from someone else? You know, and move away from any self-deception, or telling yourself things that are not true, or not being able to see the bigger picture because your mind is trapping you in this cage. Don't allow your mind to become a cage, but allow your mind to become a place of inspiration and insight. And taking time to sort through those thoughts by having more time to yourself, maybe listening to some healing meditative music, yoga. I feel getting more into your body, getting more grounded, walking, just moving around and not sitting in a dark room, or like bringing more light, more plants, more life into your environment. Yeah, with that Virgo energy. You are not stuck. You are not alone. You have so much support around you. Oh my gosh, so much support. The divine, they are carefully watching over you, and they're trying to whisper to you. And if you quiet your mind, if you quiet your surroundings enough, you will be able to hear. and you will be able to listen. And I do recommend journaling or really getting those thoughts down on paper so that you can see some of these are not me anymore. I just have them in my mind, and it's time to evict them. It's time to tell them, get out. Okay, get out. Because they're not true. But let's get some more, please, for group 3. Your mind is your biggest obstacle, I feel. Your mind. But you're working. I feel like it's healing. It's healing right now, but awareness is key, okay? Because once you know, you do better. And we have the 5 of Wands. So maybe you're around a level of conflict, whether that be around you in a workplace, in a group that you're in. There could be some cattiness or some just conflicting energies, and I feel like don't get sucked into that, because there is this competitive nature, like I'm better, or it's this just comparison. And I feel, step away from comparison. How can you bring more balance and harmony to any situation that you're in? How can you allow for more playful energy, more intuitive energy, and how can you not allow yourself like see from a higher perspective? So interesting. I've never seen that person in the back. Is that a message for you? Do you feel neglected by someone? Maybe you feel like you're not being seen, like you're overcoming really difficult circumstances, and everyone else seems to be doing fine. Maybe you're comparing yourself to your peers or comparing yourself to other people, and you feel like, why is nothing happening for me? Why am I not as happy or as good as them? But this making me think of social media. Like, you don't know what they're going through. I don't know. It's very interesting. Maybe you feel betrayed by someone. However, we're not going to focus on anyone else but you right now, because you deserve your own focus, and you deserve my focus right now. So with this 5 of Wands, I do feel like step away from any conflicting energies. If something doesn't feel good to you, don't put yourself in that predicament continually. If you are constantly being confused or disappointed, what is leading you to continue to put yourself in these predicaments? And do you feel that you deserve better? Whether that be with friendships, romantic partners, a job situation. I feel like with career, it can be a little bit more difficult because we do need money to live. But how can you make changes in a practical way and in a way that can help you feel like, okay, this is only going to last for a little bit. I can do what I can here, and I know that I'm going to progress forward soon enough. But not being stuck in the chaos and the confusion or the comparison or the rat race, Don't get sucked into those things from a place of hurt feelings or feeling like you're not being seen for your contribution or not being seen in general. But coming from a balanced perspective and recognizing your emotions, listening to them, but not being controlled by your emotions or controlled by your thoughts. Can we get a couple more, please? Yeah, we have the moon. There's some very deep energies here. Okay. Wow. There is a lot of confusion, I feel, with the 7 of Cups reversed as well. Definitely some confusion, and maybe the confusion is with how you see yourself. You're not looking at yourself from a clear perspective. Maybe there's some insecurities that keep you from really seeing your true capabilities and helping you to bring things into fruition because you don't feel as deserving as you should. It's like you have this nurturing energy, and maybe you try to overgive that to other people or smother certain relationships because you want that. Like, you want to be cared for, you want to be nurtured, And it's like, how can you bring that energy back to yourself and not expect other people to do that for you? There's a lot of things that need to be illuminated with this moon card here. A lot of things that you may not be seeing too clearly. A level of illusion, especially with the Seven of Cups reversed, or self-deception. It's making me think Mars square Neptune, for real. If you're into astrology, look up that aspect, Mars square Neptune, on Google. Like literally just Google Mars square Neptune. But definitely with this moon here, taking more time to get in tune with what subconsciously is driving you. And I don't know if I feel like maybe reach out to someone that can help you to sort through subconscious, like a psychologist or someone who is skilled in this, okay? Because it could be difficult especially if you aren't studying psychology, or if you don't have much idea about psychology. It'll be good to maybe pick up psychology as a new topic that you want to study, so that you can help yourself or learn more about it. Let me get more though. But I feel like the main thing is overcoming fears, overcoming doubt, overcoming any limitations that have been stopping you before, and being clear in yourself and having a clear mind, seeing from a new perspective, and being able to take action from that clear place rather than feeling confused and convoluted and like, oh, I don't know if I should go this way or that way, but knowing what is for you, who you are authentically, shining your light authentically, being you authentically, having confidence, and still being diplomatic and open to other people without a sense of insecurity. I feel that is coming for you, and stepping more into that by facing your fears, by looking at the criticisms that you tell yourself and asking, is this necessary? Is this helping me? Or am I just beating on myself? And walking away from it. Yes. And this is a Saturn Pisces card. So this Pisces Virgo energy is big for y'all. You don't have to be those signs, but I feel like those areas of your life, if you know your birth chart, those areas of your life, let's say if you have a Virgo in the 6th house, then your habits, your everyday routines, your health it's like a focus on that, which it could be that anyway, but anyway. This is a Saturn Pisces card, so it could be very hard to walk away from these habits because you've known them. This is all you've known, but it's not giving you any satisfaction. It's only making you feel empty or left, or like you're missing something, and it's time to walk towards a new way. Go a new way and find new fulfillment. Find what you've been looking for because you've chosen to leave what isn't working for you anymore. And not staying out of a sense of obligation, or staying because you feel like you're gonna miss out, or like you're not gonna have another opportunity to have better. Like you will always have better if you have the courage to recognize that you deserve better. It's time to move away from anything, any feelings, any thoughts, any behaviors, habits, people, places, things that have been leaving you feeling empty, leaving you feeling as if there's not much more. You know there's more. Go in that direction. Group 3, I feel for you. A lot of encouragement to move forward, to move away from what isn't working for you, because there's so much light within that needs to be shined, and the divine is helping you to tap into that. So let's move on to release. It's all about release for you, isn't it, group? Release and recovery. Yes, it's a bittersweet ending. Oh my gosh, release so that you can recover. Very powerful messages for you, group 3. The divine is on your side. My gosh. They want the best for you. I want the best for you. Okay? So let's give it. I'm trying to do my best to give you the messages that they need you to know. So anything else for them, group 3, please? What was that? Okay, keep going. Group 3, please, Spirit, clear messages for them. Clear messages. This one? Through confusion, through facing your fears, you find awareness and enlightenment. By facing what's been bringing you the most trouble, you find a key to understanding. You're being guided through this confusing time. I know you feel like you're going through it, or you feel like you have been going through it, but you're being led to a place that you never would have expected, and you're going to be so thankful that you kept taking steps forward. So keep moving forward, group 3. You're doing a great job. You're already succeeding, and maybe change your idea of what success is, making it more achievable for you and not having these far out expectations of who you should be, but accepting who you are right now and only taking steps based on that person. You deserve to feel loved and celebrated right now, not whenever you achieve whatever goal you have in mind. You're already doing a great and amazing job, group 3. So anything else, please, Spirit, for group 3? Insecurity will keep you from shining your light. It will keep you feeling empty. It will continually make you feel like you're not worthy of feeling good. Whenever insecurity pops up, reassure yourself, actually, I deserve better than that. Actually, I look good today. Actually, my creation is good enough. Actually, I deserve to be seen. Actually, I deserve to feel good. Don't succumb to feeling like you deserve to feel bad, or like you should listen to those insecurities, because no, they're not true. They're not true, okay? And coming to a balanced perspective, not keeping people away from you because maybe you're scared of being judged or seen. It's like, interesting. There's a lot of messages for you. It's like, where do I start? I feel like there could be a tendency to push people away because of this harsh critic, or because of a lot of insecurity that keeps you from being open and intimate, or just open with other people. Intimate doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. I mean, just being able to be emotionally available or emotionally open, or just open to share more about yourself, not being so closed off. I do feel bringing more balance bringing more balance to that, so that you can have a more balanced social life, or feel like you have more connection with other people, and that you don't feel alone, or that you don't feel like you can't trust other people, or you're constantly working on yourself, or constantly feeling like a victim. It's time to expand from that. Feeling like you're a victim of your circumstances, like, oh, well, this is how life is. Oh, well, I can't do anything to change it. And only hyper-focusing on one area of your life. No more, okay? It's time to expand. It's time to expand, group 3. And you're group 3. Group 3 is about expansion, okay? If we're looking at numerology, but can we get more, please? Dissipating. Interesting. Trust in the unknown and go after your dreams, okay? Don't worry about the naysayers. Listen, people, they love you behind the scenes. It's making me think of that song White Tea by Summer Walker and Noah. I know that you saying that you hate me, but you really do not hate me. In reality, they love you. Hey, in reality, they love you. Okay, the haters really love you secretly. So let that grow. Well, let that be fertilizer for you so that you can fully accept what you have to offer and to not sit and waste your talents, to sit and waste your ability to grow and see your dreams come true. Okay, because this could be an ancestral lineage issue of people not trusting in themselves or trusting that they have the capacity to change their own lives. Um, you know, do something different. And this is also the solar plexus chakra. So having the confidence and the courage to do what must be done to get you to where you're trying to go. And what must be done is overcoming these insecurities. So take it a step at a time, a step at a time. I'll get one more and then I'll read the questions here so that you can think to yourself how you want to answer them. In soulmate, interesting. Maybe grieving a loss of a relationship, knowing that it's time to move on and go towards more and better, and trusting in the unknown. Okay, it's all about trusting in the unknown for you, group 3, and seeing that there's always going to be more and better. So although you may have enjoyed the time with this said person or with said situation, there is a time when things must end and it's time to progress forward, knowing that whatever is for you will not pass you by. You miss nothing. And coming home to yourself. Because as soon as you feel whole inside, you attract that same energy, those same people, those same opportunities and circumstances to you. Because you no longer settle for anything less than whole. You settle for nothing less than fulfillment and wholeness, okay? Walking away from things that don't do that for you. So, very powerful reading, isn't it? So one more thing before we go, group 3, one more thing for you. I'm sure this is going to be a long reading, but I don't mind. So, we have confusion. Every silver lining has a cloud. Isn't that backwards, isn't it? Oh, well, maybe not. Inspiration. Through the willingness to be in confusion, we find clarity. There is nothing to solve. Meditation in quiet time will bring clarity. Personal inquiry. Can I see confusion as a good thing? Can I learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? Key ideas: allowing confusion, spiritual support, consequences of actions, finding love. Keywords: clarity, support, revelation. So nice. Let's move on to the insecurity prompt. So, the greatest adversary is the one living inside me. Inspiration. Miraculous changes lie ahead. Life always takes a turn for the better when we face our demons. Stay on course. Stay on course. Trust that an ally will appear. The gift of adversity is never given without the ability to overcome it. Personal inquiry. Do I listen to my fear? How can I tap into my courage? Key ideas: being courageous, facing adversity, finding tremendous power within, undervaluing your contribution. Keywords: freedom, bravery, success. Very powerful. I'm loving this reading. I swear I am. Let's go to dissipating now. I am more than I think I am. Inspiration. Beware of being imprisoned by the story you tell. Do you intend to do what you say? Personal inquiry. A lack of planning does not indicate misfortune. Am I doing what I say? Key ideas: taking action, content to dream, going in circles, strong intelligence, making excuses, procrastinating. Keywords: companionship, connection, assistance. And last one. It is time to face my true feelings. Inspiration: to enjoy the beauty of a rose, we must risk being pricked by our inner thorns. This offers a new way to live. The best incentive to change is love. I will read that again. To enjoy the beauty of a rose, we must risk being pricked by our own inner thorns. This offers a new way to live. The best incentive to change is love. Pisces energy. Personal inquiry. What truth am I embracing? This card indicates no longer living a lie. Key ideas: speaking your truth, choosing love, freedom through transformation, resistance to commitment, an unexpected outcome, new truths. Key words: authenticity, treasure, and trust. And the bottom of your deck was grief, so I will read that one because I feel inclined to. So, grief is love without a place to go. Inspiration: Penelope and Pickle, which is the woman and the dog, remind us what we reveal, we can heal. So she reminds us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time. You will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. Honor your experiences. They are valid. Is lingering grief preventing me from progress? What can I see in my heart? Feeling grief, healing process, missing someone or something, being unafraid of sadness. Love is on the horizon. Love, commitment, and vulnerability. I do feel that you deeply want love, group 3, and maybe there's some past hurts that keep you from being open and ready and available to what is coming to you. And maybe there's been a lot of hard times in love. It's making me think like a Saturn placement in a love house, like Saturn in the 5th or Saturn in the 7th, maybe even Saturn in the 11th if we're talking about astrology. But I feel like those challenges have helped you to build up your sense of self and helping you to come to a more authentic and true version of yourself so that you can accept what is truly meant for you and not an idealized version of what that is. So letting go of the grief and the sadness. And maybe for some of you, if you have lost someone, a pet, a significant other, whatever it may be, if you have lost something, I'm sorry for your loss. Give yourself time to process that and know that you will be able to be open again. This is only a period of time and the sun will shine again. You will see hope and beauty in life. But don't rush that. Honor your experience and honor how you feel. So that is what I have to say, group 3. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege and the honor to read these cards for you. I really appreciate if you have been with me up until this point. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Leave it a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. And let me know if you have any suggestions for any readings you would like to see. If you hear correctly, you will hear my stomach is rumbling for food. So I'm going to take care of my needs and I hope you do the same. But I appreciate you. Hopefully I'll get to talk to you soon. But until then, thank you again. Sending you so much love, peace, prosperity, and compassion. You deserve it all. And hopefully, talk to you soon. But like I said, I'll be leaving now. So bye, group 3.